Hello everyone, and thank you so much for coming in and checking out this live stream and or VOD. Today we're stepping into the world of Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. It is an MMORPG, kind of in that classic hard style sandbox that has been just entered into early access. I've been following this game for quite some time. I'm finally getting some time to sit down and play it. And as you can see here, we're going to be creating a character, stepping into the world, hanging out, having fun. And if you want to join in on these, I always treat my live streams like mini podcasts. You can jump in on the Discord. I'll be hanging out in the chill room, and we're going to be having some good old fun times with this game. So thank you so much. If you enjoyed this content, consider hitting that subscribe button, and that would be really great in helping this live stream channel grow. Also hit that like button, as it's a great way of sharing out this content with others out there in the world. So that all being said, I'm going to jump into the Discord. We're going to get started on our character creation. We're going to go from, and have hopefully have a fun time. We will see how this plays out, as I'm very curious. Typically I enjoy MMOs that let me play with a controller. We'll see if that works here in this case. Honestly, no idea, unsure. We're going to see. Let me tweet this out, playing Pantheon Rise of Fallen for the first time. Boom, baby. All right, and got that posted. We should be good to go. I think I'm gonna pick Black Moon 2. All right. It seems to be a popular name, since they've got 3 versions of that server. Don't know if that means anything. Traveling, please wait. Boom, baby. Create. Race human. Elf. Elf shorter than a human? Interesting. That I can customize that. A halfling. An ogre. Now that seems cool. A dwarf. Very nice. Love all the fantasy-esque. Be pretty basic. Let's go with a human. Let's go with a human, shall we? Let's see here. Perfect. All right, now warrior. The warrior strength defies limits of physical strength, ability, resilience. However, not content with fortitude alone. The monk, the cleric. Oh yeah, I do enjoy that. The rogue, man, they got a lot of classes. Way to go, guys. Wizard, enchanter, shaman, ranger, paladin, dire lord, summoner, necromancer. Woo! Choices. Oh my goodness. All right. What's going on, Solemn? Hey, I need some direction, Solemn. I'm inclined to, usually when I start these games, to play classes that generally have great survivability. So I'm thinking warrior, just to check it out. Get 2 points to allocate. Auto distribute, automatically distributes your attribute points. If I do that, all right. Interesting. Stamina, no additional into strength. Reset that. Oh. It was stamina, and it was something else. Constitution. Increases armor class and crowd control damage resilience. Very nice. Increases maximum health, reduces endurance strain. Very cool. Hey, what's up, Chile? Happy New Year, buddy. And dude, I'm so proud of you. Keep posting. I'm so glad that you're getting some traction on those numbers, dude. Dude, yes. All right. I guess I'll just go with the auto allocation. And since Solemn hasn't replied, let's see here. Bryn. Well, let me take Bryn. Create. Yeah, I got it. All right. Let's go ahead, and I got display tutorials turned on. I spilled my drink. It saved it, so nothing got wet. All right. Yeah, it does not have controller support. Ah, darn it. Oh well. Welcome to Terminus. Use WASD to move and space to jump. Hold right mouse to look. Hold left shift while moving to sprint. Use the mouse wheel to zoom the camera in and out. I give those controls a try and click next page. There we go. Okay, it's got a nice slow zoom, which is cool. Let's see here. WASD. Turning left and right. All right. Mouse wheel left shift. Oh, there's my stamina. Very nice. Okay, cool. I can hold right mouse to look. All right, cool. Very nice. Okay, cool. And what's next? In your inventory, press I. You'll find that you have been given your level 1 ability scroll. When you gain levels, you'll need to buy new abilities from the warrior class scrolls merchant. You learn new abilities by right-clicking the ability scroll in your inventory to scribe its ability to your codex. Once you've scribed them, open your codex, press B key, and place them on your ability hotbar by right-clicking the ability codex. Very cool. This is, I believe this is early access and on Steam. Yes. So I have my inventory. Adventuring skills, 1 of 6. A backpack, stale bread, flask of water, mysterious letter, scroll kick, okay, and then withered buckler. Learn ability scroll, new ability kick. Let's go and read this. You do not know me, but I have an opportunity for you. Find me near the well in the center of the village in Alverla, and I will explain more. Until we meet, Foreman Eledius. And accept on that. Oh, I can have a torch. Simple wooden torch. Okay, and then I got my hatchet, or I can equip a shield. My backpack. Now they said press B to assign my abilities, of which I've got forward swing, strike breaking, and then I got kick. Right click that as the hotbar. Alright, A+1. Alright, well, I don't know how that's gonna play in the long run. Alright, so now we know how to do that. Oh man, the fake Steam control, and maybe that's what I'll do. We'll see. Is it can cause a little bit of consternation. Second, I got somebody knocking at the door. All right. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. Using abilities on your hotbar in combat will make huge differences in whether you die or emerge victorious. Another thing is vitality is important in targeting an enemy, considering them before you start attacking to see whether or not the enemy might be too strong for you. To consider, first, find an enemy that you might want to fight, such as a small brown rat. Left click on it to target it, and then hit the C key to output to consider will be displayed in the chat window. Excuse me. All right, let's go consider some enemies. I think you can also climb in this game, right? Yes, you can. That's awesome. All right, get off. There we go. But yeah, it uses stamina. There's a small brown rat, guys. We found it. All right, and C key to consider. The small brown rat is indifferent to your presence. It would be an evenly matched fight. Small brown rat can currently see me. Okay. Opponents indifferent to your presence won't attack you unless you attack them. But consider, it says that you're prepared to attack for your seething with hatred. They'll attack you if you get too close, so beware. However difficult the fight may be is shown in the description. The color of the text red, blah, blah, blah. How well the fight actually goes is very based on how much health you had when combat began, how well you use your abilities and gear, etc. All right, what the con colors mean. Red, enemy of 5 or more levels above your level. Dark orange, 4 levels above you. Light orange, 3 levels above you. Yellow, 1 to 2 levels above you. White, enemy, same level, which that's what that brown rat looks like. Dark blue, enemy is 1 to 2 levels below you. Light blue, vibrant green, gray, 7+ levels, and won't yield you any experience. Okay. Can I drag? Oh, perfect. I can move that. I like how the UI just lets me do stuff. All right, so Alt 1, is that it? Auto attack is currently toggled on. Oh, he's running? Hey, all right. First kill. Do I see my experience bar, or does it? You have slain the small brown rat, and you've gained some experience. This is an old school MMORPG, RSJ. After a combat, it's a good idea to check your health and mana if your class uses it and rest up and regain them. Entering combat without full health and mana has been the death of many adventurers. Hit X to sit down and rest. Hit it again to move forward to stop resting. While resting, you gain health, mana, and endurance more quickly. Classes that use mana often rest during combat, if not being hit, to regain mana for more spells. Alright, checks out. And then he had a shiny marble. Alright, cool. Here's my life. Health 35 of 35, so I didn't take any damage. Readiness. Readiness is required to use some abilities. Okay. There's a couple of chickens. Let's go. Evenly matched. I did take some damage there. There we go. I guess nothing to loot on that guy. Alright, let's go ahead and see what happens when I press X. How long does it take to rest? $30 of 35, 33 of 35, 35 35. Nice. Guess that's my food and water. Okay. Assuming that's an NPC. Growing crops in coastland is tricky, especially when you're down a good wagon. Right? Some chill music. game just started playing music. Magpie. Tab working all. And no map. Settings, character sheet, codex, quest journal, complete. Macros, all right. I do enjoy the minimalist UI here. Hi, what's up, Mark? Yes. New MMO in early access, mainly more of an old school MMO. So I don't know like how appealing it's going to be for a lot of players. It's been in development for a while, crowdfunded as well. Just released in December on early access, and I just haven't had time to play video games. Since there's no map, it's all going to be about getting an understanding of the lay of the land. Like, oh yeah, that's where the priest armor stands. I know where I'm at, you know. That means all of this is going to be so inefficient. Just running around. Echoes of prayer and bells mixed with incense. Okay. Well met, traveler. Well met, traveler. Once I think after I talked with it, they were red, and then they turned blue. Oh, dude, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink is great. Oh, that's right. Come on, get off the wall. Get off the wall. Let's go. What's up, Vol? Happy New Year to you, sir.
Happy New Year, man. Are you streaming?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure. How's your New Year go?
It's going really good. It's going really good.
That's good.
Guardian of the Fae. Oh, trade. Is that a person? Friend, invited group, cancel. Okay, that's a real player then. Very nice.
What are you playing?
I'm playing Pantheon, Rise of the Fallen. It's entered into early access, and it's like, oh, yeah, I want to check it out. Probably should capture some footage.
Is it? I heard the community wasn't too happy with it a while ago.
Ah, man, isn't that the pretty standard for gamers though? Like,
No, it's cause the original creator died.
well, he died a long time ago.
Yeah, but that's when the majority of the crowdfunding was.
That makes sense then. Be like, oh,
Yeah, it was one of those things, you know, where it was like Star Citizen when all the crowd games were getting crowdfunded.
yeah,
And
that's
they
one
changed,
thing
like,
that I really hope that we don't see
Yeah.
again. Like, just cleric traits, cool, cleric scrolls.
A lot did come out good out of that, like Pillars of Eternity, that type of stuff came out of that, but that seemed to be the exception.
Yeah, that definitely what I'd say is the exception. Well, and that's the thing. I think if gamers really knew how many games absolutely failed, then like you realize that the fact that a game did come out, that it worked out. 1 second, I hear a kid at the door. Right, I'm back. Okay. A leather worker's workbench.
I'm playing PoE too.
Oh yeah, I really like PoE too. I heard there might be some kind of issue though, some kind of exploit or something.
No idea. I haven't been watching many videos on it. Just trying to take one piece at a time, learn the game.
Laughter and song mixed with banter and brawls. The town is teeming with life. And then you have Zane's corpse.
Only thing I have searched up is like vocabulary, that type of stuff for the game.
Okay.
Some of it's a bit, it's like, what does that actually mean? You know, type of thing.
Yeah.
Concepts. Still not as confusing as FF14 still tips though.
Oh man. I mean, see, like I saw an interesting video pop up in my feed from Zappala talking about what went wrong with Dawn Trail, and it's like, man, it's not even the 0.3 patch, and people getting salty already about this Dawn Trail.
I'm going to be honest, I skipped out of like Endwalker after the first raid tier, and I just haven't been watching anything to do with it. I just gave up on Final Fantasy 14.
I've been tempted to jump back into Final Fantasy 11.
I mean, I would jump into FF14 if it just went free to play, or the free to play sub just included every expansion up until the current one. Because for me, it's just like there's just better options to play now.
A great challenge to me for this bat. Yeah, I should stick around and find some
probably
bats.
like after PoE 2, I've probably got my backlog to fill, like to finish.
Yeah.
Then there's also like Monster Hunter.
Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth comes out here in a couple of weeks, and I was like, man, I should. Is this a bot? Is this an enemy?
I haven't even played the first one yet.
Charm Training Golem is glad to see you. The fight would be madness. Do you have a death wish? Oh, that's funny.
I haven't even played the first one yet.
Sorry, what did you say? You haven't played a remake? I haven't beaten remake, and I think I'm close to beating it on the PlayStation, but I'm kind of tempted in just starting over and playing it on PC and then playing Rebirth on PC.
Yeah, it's the thing, right? I've just completely moved over to PC. It's just like once you kind of just make the jump, it's kind of hard to go back to console.
Yeah, I play on consoles like if it's got cross prog, because it's like not all the time do I care. Like I just want to play a game, you know.
But it's just like where all my stuff is at now. Digital libraries basically just Steam at this point. So if I was going to go for like a console experience, it'd probably just be like the Switch, not like the Steam Deck.
Yeah,
would probably be the closest thing I'd go to for a console experience. And once the GeForce Now subs runs out in 2020, at the end of 2025 into 2026, I'd just be upgrading to AMD anyway. So
there you go.
So yeah, like there's just really there's nothing Sony's done which has made me want to return. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Like outside of the fact that I think the PS5 is a really good console for being what it is. I just rather play where I can play in more places. I don't. Same thing with Nintendo. Like it's like okay, yeah, Donkey Kong Country HD comes out.
Yeah.
Man, but then it's like that's gonna be on the Switch, and then it's like I gotta fight the kids to try to get time with the Switch, versus like every other game that I could just play wherever the hell I want.
I may sound like a zoomer for saying this, but it's like every license should be multi-platform. It should be a multi-platform license, and I should be able to play it wherever I want because I own the hardware. I don't want to do this stuff where I need to buy 3 licenses for 3 different types of hardware just because the company arbitrarily wants me to do it. You know, if I have FF7 on PS5, I should be able to play it on PC.
See, I have no issue with different licenses for different licensing a game on platform, but I think your save is really what I think should follow you as a player.
For me, it's just one. I bought your license, your product, and
let me play it.
Your product, let me play it.
Yeah.
Because Xbox has this with Game Pass already. I can play it absolutely anywhere on any device I want. It's already on Game Pass.
This fight would be madness. I've not found any other brown little rats. Is that a bridge?
But it's also the fact that it's like the market's just changed now. Like China's entered the market more. Like you've got Genshin, you've got Zenless Zero, Honkai.
Yeah.
You know, all these
Wuthering
are
Waves. Wuthering Waves.
Yeah, Wuthering Waves. You know, they're all, even like Capcom games. A lot of the time, yeah, sure, it's like one-time purchase, but you don't have a subscription for Monster Hunter Ones. You know, it's full server access. You don't have it for for World. And these are basically MMO lights. You know.
Yeah.
It's the sub model has really had its day. I get why people like it, but it's mainly an older generation thing.
Oh, there we go. Now we're finding ourselves in a small brown rat territory. Evenly matched. Let's go.
It's just that it's like the same thing with exclusives as well. It's like I despise the idea at this point. Just put it everywhere. Just let me play it wherever I want. I don't care if that's
yeah. I'm to rest.
I was in Finland recently, right?
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay.
My 16. I was in Savonlinna, which is like 8 hours from the capital. And I was playing Mass Effect 1 on my iPad through GeForce Now.
Okay, nice.
And I was like, I should be able to do this normally. Like, through Game Pass as well. I'd happily pay for the Game Pass Premium sub to do this. The only problem I have with Game Pass is that they only offer you, Series X with a Series S profile on it. And I'm just like, can you just not buy NVIDIA graphics cards, please? You're Microsoft.
Third vision. Oh, miss. Uh-oh. I might be in trouble, guys. There we go. I guess I wonder if that kick would have interrupted him.
Although, have you tried Boosteroid yet?
Have I tried what?
Boosteroid.
No, I have not. What's that one?
It's a European cloud service that's in the US. It's got more games on it than GeForce Now does, so like Hogwarts Legacy, that type of stuff. The Elden Ring's on, that type of thing. Because
Elden Ring's on that one, and they don't have it on GeForce? What the hell?
They do it differently. So when it comes to games that they don't have an official contract with, they just allow you to purchase the VM.
Marmon Blade says, so a Game Pass sub is fine, but not an MMO sub? Did you say an MMO sub? Because it's like I don't recall saying.
For a Game Pass sub because Game Pass actually offers me hundreds of games. I'm not willing to pay an MMO sub for the same price for one game.
I think the Game Pass sub model has, like from a value perspective, has actually negatively impacted the subscription model for MMOs. Because that same kind of logic. Like, why would I...
And a lot of what people say, like, Game Pass is used for, like, what would you say? Like, oh, you can use it to play games, try games. And I'm like, that should be a demo. That should be free. Like, I shouldn't have to pay to try your game. Like, that should be you as a developer creating a demo for me to play like it was in the 2000s. I remember getting like a disc, like a CD.
Oh, crap! This guy got me. Diamond Fang Viper. I was like, I'm getting attacked. You have died. Release your soul. All right, well, that was a lesson learned.
Is that
so
fun?
Game Pass takes games away all the time. Probably fine for some, but I don't. Well, the thing is that when they are getting quote unquote removed from your library, you actually have the ability to purchase them still. So Game Pass doesn't take away your ability to buy them, and you actually get them on a discount. So if you ended up liking it and you're like, oh, it's going away. Now the first party stuff doesn't. They keep those in there, which is nice.
Just to be pretty honest, I don't play the vast majority of games more than once. Like,
I like Game Pass, especially as a parent, because it's like, all right, cool, go play that game.
Most games I'm gonna be honest. Don't get past the number 6 for me out of 10. I will never play them more than once. You know, it's you're lucky if a game's a 7 for me. Like people are like Diablo, it's a 7 out of 10. No, it's like a factor 6. It's no.
I got surprisingly really bored with Diablo 4 really fast. Where like I've played so much more Diablo 3 and I was really looking forward to Diablo 4. It just did not resonate with me.
It's just too simple. It's one of these things, right? It's where games are costing so much they have to basically cater to everyone and therefore they cater to no one. And the systems are, you know, it's like a look at the skill tree, it's a twig.
Mm-hmm.
And the only real improvements after that is the Paragon board, and it's just stat buffs. There's nothing really interesting there. And PoE just does it better with the passive tree. You can actually burn, you know, the moves through skill gems and spirit gems, and it's like, this is a better way of doing it because it just gives you more agency over your character's customization.
Yeah.
Diablo's a lot more on raids, and the story's worse as well.
Now, I also do think that like things like Game Pass, etc., would actually benefit MMOs in a way where the subscription to an individual game does act as a barrier, especially now, and I think even more so than it, you know, did back in the day. And you could sit here and say, okay, cool. Well, we can bundle that, so you know, because that's the thing when they increased the price of Ultimate but didn't add anything to it. I was like, they should have just increased the price of Game Pass Ultimate to $30 and say, hey, and World of Warcraft subscriptions included. Yep. You know,
not just World of Warcraft, Elder Scrolls Online.
Elder Scrolls Online. Just say yes, because you'd end up getting more people to go check that game out, maybe enjoy the game, and they make their money not off the subscriptions anymore. It's all about the cash shop stuff. Anyway.
Yeah. No, it's the same thing, right? It's like Call of Duty as well. Like, put all the CODs on there, not just the current ones.
Yeah.
All of them on there.
I do wonder if that's going to happen, or that's just going to, you know, what the priority is. Like what level of effort is it?
It's in a transition period or not. And they're still like merging Battle.net with their store, but I'm just going to be honest, right? It's whatever you companies, especially, you know, we are in the cloud space a lot of the time. It's you have to go with customers now. And there has to be as few friction points as possible.
Yeah.
Companies are no longer in a situation, especially in today's economy, where money's expensive right now.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have the options or the time to say, well, let me go create an account, let me go do this. It's like, no, you come to the customer with the fairest, best deal possible, and don't try to F them. And if you do a good job, they'll stick around. And that's how it should be. I mean, we saw that with the Helldiver situation on PC. People don't want to create an account for it. Why should they? That's just a friction point because Sony wants to increase their monthly active users, their MAUs. And yeah, people are like saying, well, it's not important. Well, then if it's not important, then why am I doing it? It's just a point of friction, and every friction point's a quit moment. You want to remove the quit moments in every game and every service as much as possible.
I don't know what it did. Do these have tools? Oh, good. I got tools. Perfect. Oh, that'd be here. Okay. Nice. Cool. Some good whistling audio. There's that. Golem. Here's the wild vegetables. Okay, cool. I was like, maybe it'll let me gather this now.
Have you got your hunting boar horses?
What's up?
Have they got you hunting bear horses and stuff like that?
Not yet. Not yet. There's a blackberry bush and an apple tree. See what we can do. I got 4 golden potatoes. Harvester Light Part 1 is ready for turn-in. Golden potato plus 4. Alright, here's a blackberry bush. Good, I'm glad I talked to that guy. Now I know. Now I can gather. Yeah, if this game was like on GeForce Now with controller support and I was just like chilling, I could see this becoming a very fun pastime when, you know, it doesn't necessarily actively require all my attention.
I'm gonna be honest though, as GeForce says right now, the playtime cap, it's basically a dead service.
Isn't it? Yeah, that kicks in next year. I hope they change course because.
Oh, it kicks in now. It changed today. It's only for people with a current subscription.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm good then.
Exactly right. It's.
I do hope that they reverse course.
Because Boosteroid basically came out with a 10 what was it, pound sub when that came out, and as long as you have that subscription, it will stay that way forever, or basically the AMD equivalent of NVIDIA's service, and they have actively committed to not capping the service.
Game Pass is also going to be interesting to see how it plays out because there was already all that drama around Avowed, but Avowed will be a Game Pass game, meaning it's not necessarily about selling, it's about, you know, just people trying it out. So I do wonder how.
I think it could get very much a Willow situation with that game, where the game literally costs more to host a bloody thing than people playing it. And I think that'd be a very embarrassing moment for Microsoft if that happens.
Yeah.
Because when it does come to these subscription services, you can't have content nobody wants.
Yeah.
You know, that's the problem. It needs to be a bit of a walled garden to maintain the quality of the service. You know, great thing about Steam is, yeah, you can buy everything, but 95% of all the games on it aren't played because they're utter trash.
Oh man, I'm in trouble again. He got me.
But but I do like owning my games, but I'm gonna be honest, with the way things are going, everything's going free to play anyway, and it's just becoming monetized.
Oh, I guess I'm in a down state. Now I'm dead. Alright.
Like, when I was in Finland, I was talking to, like, a lot of 20-year-olds and stuff like that, right? They're all playing Genshin. They're all playing Zenless Zone Zero. They're not playing, you know, games that we would have played growing up, like Mass Effect or Dragon Age or anything like that.
Yeah.
They don't even have PCs, they have mobile phones. And that's all they have.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how many people have moved into the PC space, though, still, with that, where when you talk to that generation, they're more interested and they would rather get a PC than they would a console.
I think it's easier for kids to get into mobile phones because it's really easy access. There's no friction points. With PC, it's why console players don't move into PC a lot of the time. It's not because it's more expensive, it's just because they don't want to learn it.
Yeah.
And you can't really blame them. I don't want to learn it. But I work in this space, so it's easy for me to get the up-to-date info. But it's just one of those situations where it's like, that's where cloud would have been really useful. Especially as computer hardware costs continuously increase. I mean, NVIDIA's next GPU is going to be somewhere around 1,500 to $2,000.
Yeah.
You know, and that's for the 59. Now, of course, most people don't need that. But it's just, what do you think the actual budget cards are going to be like? Because they're going to charge you for that VRAM.
That they will.
and they shouldn't, but they're going to. But then there's also Intel. But I heard Intel's Battle Mage is being produced at a loss. They're basically trying to buy the market.
I wish I could find a small brown rat farm.
Is the
some
MMO
experience.
still that? Is it that cartoony style
Oh,
still?
I can still see. I have. Yeah, it has a. The art, like it has this kind of blend between, you know, like semi-real, but it feels very painted, which is I kind of like. The water looks good. The atmosphere.
I remember the first what do you call it? Pitch for that game, and it was solid. Like
What was the
that
pitch?
was like, oh, it was like a classic '90s fantasy, where it's like very much like kind of like there was like a water race that was just evil. Like it was very old school D&D almost. But it was hard. It was very much FF11 inspired. Of you needed a team to do stuff.
I think doesn't this game like at the
stuff.
point really have that team aspect?
It was. I remember a stream from Asmongold where he basically said this looks boring as hell because he did not want to consistently team up with other people to do like a simple thing.
Yeah. That checks out in terms of like how people came into the MMO. Most of them came in with WoW, so if you're not giving them the WoW experience that they're accustomed to, it's very foreign to be like, what? Wait, what do you mean that this is going to be a struggle?
I mean, it's the WoW experience. I think a lot of people, because games have become very similar and homogenized over time, and the way they're designed, you get a lot of tourists in genres.
Well, I think that's pretty standard for every game.
Although the tourists change things. They advocate for change, even though they're never going to stick around.
Yeah. Like, hey, you changed the thing we asked. Great, I've already left, or I never was gonna buy it in the first place.
Yeah. No, it's the same with Diablo. It's like you shouldn't have been catering to the casuals. You should have been catering to the people who are going to play your game for the next 10 years. It was the same with Destiny for that front. It's like stop catering to the people who want the loot grind constantly. Cater to the people who really like your content. You know, this is the thing. When I was playing Destiny, I played for what, age of 17 onwards until it started to really get bad at the end of Lightfall. When I was in high school with Destiny 1, I did not give two shits about loot. Like, you mentioned loot grind to me, did not care about it. I played it because it was fun. The game stopped being fun, and there became a lot more loot centric, and it became a lot more uniform to get things quickly.
Yeah.
Exotics became much easier to get. You know, at least they lost their meaning. Like, and it's like, you know, and then it went from like they're really hard and they're random drops, or you could get them from a vendor, to then, well, now it's a quest and a random drop, but the random drop happens a lot more frequently. And I remember having to go into like Raid Finder, and it would say you need sleeper cell stimulant in order to go face Oryx, and you know, and now in Kingsfall, and then what do you call it? And now it's basically, oh yeah, just go and get it, and you're like, oh great, that's bad.
The RSJ says, what did GeForce Now do again? So starting now, they limit you to 100 hours a month of game streaming, like in terms of a cap. And they say that, like, I mean, when you look at the numbers, the majority of people never hit that cap, but basically they're punishing their biggest super users, which I go, because they were saying, like, rather than raise price, it's like raise price, like, or come up with a new tier that doesn't you know, have to worry about, like, okay, yeah, they already have the ultimate tier, be like, all right, ultimate has no time, you know, that you have to be restricted by.
Well, they did raise the price because they capped your time sessions.
Well, exactly, you're 1000% right.
You know, so it's like, I think, so if I just go to playtime history, how much time did I spend last month? Right, so it's like, last month I was up somewhere around like 197 hours.
Yeah.
Average monthly playtime for me is 106. No, so last month total was 213 hours and 51 minutes. That was my last month playtime. And my average monthly playtime is 165 hours and 31 minutes. And that's me with a 9 to 5 job who works to 7 o'clock at night. And yeah, I stay up late to compensate for that, but still, you know, I make time. But it gets to a point where it's like, well, if I only have 3.2 hours a night, then I might as well just not pay for your service and then just use the free tier version and then have an ad once every hour.
Yeah.
Which is odd. Which is an odd way to do things.
I like that I can drag the debuffs and stuff around. The UI, like, that's actually like, it's might seem like a small thing, but just the fact that I click drag, move things around.
I wonder why NVIDIA did it though, because it was a very odd thing to do.
Yeah.
Especially, it's like, because they're not exactly struggling for hardware.
Right. It feels greedy.
I mean, greedy. It's like the company's greedy, like everybody knows it, but it's an odd thing to do because cloud makes money. I've never seen a cloud business that doesn't make money other than Google.
Mm-hmm.
Google is the only cloud business I've seen make stupid decisions and continuously make stupid decisions. Like, I'd be doing deals right with customers, and then Google would just come and say, "Oh yeah, well, for 15 grand commit, we'll give you somewhere around 85 grand for free in terms of like universal tokens."
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I'll see you in a year then, because they're going to screw you by the end of this year. It's such a weird way. I know.
Yeah, Google, like, I feel like they've just been like, all right, man, they do some stupid stuff.
They do well. It's just, and that's what makes them attractive. It's just the way they get the customers and the way they treat the customers afterwards is awful. To be fair though, AWS isn't exactly better. AWS basically charges you a premium so you can pay for someone else's satellite services.
Yeah.
And Azure is just a nightmare when it comes to their payment to begin with. Azure's really odd when it comes to cloud. They're not really upfront about stuff, which, yeah. I see a lot of people regretting a lot of the mainstream cloud services now because of the way it's kind of turning out, because obviously they're trying to get more and more cash, but they're also trying to expand the businesses. But a lot of the stuff, they're not, it's kind of like whales in a video game. They're not focusing on the average SME anymore. They're focusing on the bigger companies.
Oh, level up!
You know, it's easier to go for a Bank of America than it is to go for, let's say, someone like yourself.
Doesn't it have a gathering there? Okay. Good to know. I need to grab that up. All right. Acclamation. Do I get a point to put in anything, or? What does leveling up actually mean? Oh, my hit points are up. Haha, sweet. But is that, do I get to do anything? Or, alright. Well, we'll find out. Coming off balance.
It really does make me think though.
What?
They're trying to use the server space for workloads that cost more. Because cloud instances are really cheap to run. Like, just due to economies of scale, they're just insanely cheap to run.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wonder if they're trying to, because it is GPU instances, I wonder if they're trying to focus that on more AI endeavors.
Yeah.
And that's what they can significantly use that space for like higher margins and things like that, and that's why they're lifting it, because it's just not as profitable as something else could be. So there's an opportunity cost there.
Yeah, I think when it comes to anything and everything they can do to do AI, arg. Hack skill plus 0.4.
AI is an odd thing because a lot of what people see, like, you know, the chat GPTs and stuff like that, that's very surface level.
Yeah.
That's in the commercial market, and a lot of the stuff that creates a lot of the cash is AI in medicine. You know, medtech, fintech, you know, encryption, that type of stuff, database management. That's kind of where it all is at, and you know what the customer gets at the end of the day, because it's really hard to sell to them, because it's like, hey, do you just want a better autocorrect?
Yeah, I do not. Waiting for Sean says, can you lose experience if you die? I do not know.
Try it.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to do that. I'm sure I will die.
Just try it. I think in higher end PoE you actually lose experience if you die. Like,
oh, interesting. I'm not against those kind of systems, because when you know, like, death in a game should have some kind of meaning, right? It should have, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's in you see games taking away repairs, and like there's all kinds of, like, we're just kind of baby moding all of it.
And it's like that. I'm just apathetic to a lot of what people like. You know, I was talking to Scrag and Yimron about this, right? I'm just like, for them, it's like they're very like rewards focused.
Yeah.
I'm not. Like, if I die in a video game, I die, I couldn't give two shits. I couldn't give two craps how I get gear or stuff like that. You know, it's just like, for me, it's just like the reward is the content, and if I die, I die. And if the content's boring, no amount of stuff you could, you know, entice me would make me play it.
Yeah.
You know, what was that stupid Island Sanctuary in FF14? I'll play Eureka all day. I'm not playing that.
We get a skinning knife.
Although I did hear WoW's putting in housing.
They don't have housing?
No, I heard they're putting in housing now.
But they haven't had it up to this point?
No, they haven't had it for like 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was meant to originally.
I say, like, housing seems to be kind of a real draw for a lot of gamers.
It's a real draw for the female demographic in games. Like, it's customizing. It's how a lot of RPGs get like a really healthy population for both the sexes.
Right. Yeah, things that appeal to.
Yeah. And it'll be like mini games and stuff like this, and that's what housing effectively is. It is a mini game. You know, for guys, it's always positioned as a way to show off your achievements.
Mm-hmm.
But it really isn't. Like, nobody's ever going to enter your house. You know, it's like in FF14, it's mainly a club scene. You may have a book to see if someone entered.
Auto run, numlock. Okay. Oh, did it get dark?
But do you know what I watched Dark play? How did Square Enix not notice that the Island Sanctuary was going to fail when they did the exact same thing Blizzard did in Warlords of Draenor?
Island Sanctuary pissed me off. I was just like, that like really kind of was like that, and like several other things, and then obviously you have the certain elements of the more vocal elements of its community. I'm just like, why am I here? I'm like, I'm not having fun. You know, it's like, I don't know. You guys don't owe me anything. I don't owe you anything. You know?
But it's literally a more spreadsheeted version of Warlords of Draenor's garrisons. It's almost an identical system, one-to-one system. And that bombed. I have no idea how they thought that was a good idea, or if they could improve on it. And I remember them saying, what was it? What's that Stardew Valley type of stuff? Animal Crossing type of vibe.
When it gets dark in this game, it gets dark.
Yeah, I don't think it was even close to those games.
Let's see what kind of
I'll need to check out the game. I still have not checked out. What's the other one that came out recently? What's the other one for Amazon?
Throne Liberty.
Throne and Liberty. I need to check how that's gone. I wonder if it's hit a good stable player base or not.
I think it's doing well. I mean, I haven't looked at the numbers.
I haven't heard anything about it, which is probably a good sign. You know, when Lost Ark was first released, it went off pretty well, and then it just kind of, you know, it was drama.
Look, let me look. Let's see here. Marvel Rivals is seemingly doing really well.
Is Marvel Rivals free?
Yeah.
There you go. There's another one.
Helldivers 2 is still doing really well.
I wonder if that Elden Ring...
Throne and Liberty, it's the number 34 game right now.
That's pretty good.
It's great. Like, these are great numbers.
That's really good.
Yeah. So overall, like around 45,000 concurrent. Actually,
I do think the Chinese model becoming more popular will make the West more prone to pay to win.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there still will be more. I don't think it'll be as bad as China or Korea. And I don't think they're going to make it. I think the Chinese are going to play it a lot. They're playing it a lot smarter.
Yeah.
Than how Korean devs are playing it.
Yeah.
Especially after Wukong. I think Wukong was probably a significant factor in the Chinese market in the West.
And if they have the discipline to continue to make great games, then yeah, I think you'll see plenty of things work on that way. You can deposit items and coin for safekeeping.
All the West really needs to do is stop making ugly characters in the same game over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And I know people are like, oh, your forms rotted your brain, but it's like, if you're asking me to pay 80 quid, the least you could do is make something, put a bit of eye candy in your goddamn game. Because it's not just 80 quid now, it's like 120 quid with 3 days early access with 10 different skins on release and all of this crap as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Even the Chinese don't do that. You know, I checked, what was it, Zenless on Zero out for the first time on, I think it was Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks good.
9 gold. How much do I see if I, does it tell me how much gold I have? Got no gold. A skinning knife is 9 gold. Oh my goodness. Can I sell this stuff? Right click to sell. Alt plus right click to sell. Okay, I can't sell those. Alright, cool. Now I have 1 silver.
I do wonder if the Sony movie game era is done though.
If the movie game era is done? Yeah, it's been weird that for the longest time video games are like, we want to be Hollywood, and it's like, you guys see what's happening to Hollywood, right? Like, it's not going well.
The reason that's happening with Hollywood is because Hollywood is...
Hey, thank you so much, Sir Rule, with that Prime sub.
How is Rule? I haven't talked to him in ages.
Yeah, how you been? Mike, how you been? Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. Thanks for dropping those Bezos bucks on me. Yeah, when this game gets dark, it gets dark. I don't see a clock in the game either.
What, you mean as in dark as in nighttime dark?
Yeah,
or...
like you can see the stars and everything look gorgeous. But it felt like nighttime came on really quickly.
I wonder what Cole Carnage thinks of that game, because I know he was
Didn't
an
he
original...
fund it or something?
Yeah, he was an original backer. But you could understand why, given the original pitch of the game. Like, if I were you, I'd generally have a look at it. It was cool. Like, it was very old school D&D.
All last week minus Christmas Eve and The day after, work tomorrow, then off 3 days, just doing life. Dude.
Oh yeah, I've got work tomorrow. Why do I have work tomorrow?
Ooh, a shambling skeleton is out at night. Shambling skeleton eyes on you with a cold stare. Yeah. Oh, that skeleton had money. Hello. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you, I'm enjoying the game. I'm enjoying my time. I think I'm enjoying it more because I'm streaming and I get to hang out and talk with you guys. It's more social, you know? I don't think I could find time to sneak away and play this game on my own. Time and a half, baby. Hopefully we get where they like no taxes on overtime or...
Did you see, because I'm not sure if you know, if you saw it because it was on Twitter quite a bit, did you see the Sam Hyde video recently?
Which one?
The one with Elon Musk?
No.
It was good.
What was it about?
The H1B stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was like a direct, like, critique, and it was really good.
Yeah, I know a lot of people get abused by that system.
No, it's because it got to like 8.5 million. Like, I didn't know about it until the day after, and I was like, this is really good. I did not expect this from him. I'll stand it your way. Because I just don't pay, like, attention to, like, American comedians.
Yeah. Solemn, thank you so much for that Prime sub.
It's really just not something I get over on my side of the pond as much anymore.
Yeah.
To be fair, comedians in general aren't really something I get much on my side of the pond anymore.
Well, some of the laws that I know you're not in that country right now, but that were passed, it was like, oh, okay, of course. Like, it's like you have a comedy festival in your in your country, and it's like, all right, comedians are like afraid of be madness. Okay, never mind.
The Edinburgh Festival was genuinely like massive tourist hotspot in Northern Europe. It's terrible now. Like, it's just not funny.
Yeah.
Like, and it'd be great. Like, the locals kind of were in a like. If you were a bar, like a restaurant owner and stuff like that, in Edinburgh, you loved it. If you were a local in Edinburgh, you hated it.
Yeah.
There you go. But no, it's like, it was one of those things that added a form of prestige to the country. Like, it very much was one of these traditions that exemplified the country's values. And yeah, it's just taken a very wrong turn. To be fair, England's not so much better anymore.
Yeah.
The only reason it was allowed was because Theresa May, I think back on, what was it, a year after Brexit? No, was it after Boris? Yeah, after Boris changed the law to sort of allow this to happen. But yeah, no, it's all the things are coming out. My parents are just back from Australia, and they've seemed to have loved it so much they're begging me to go now.
Back to Australia?
Yeah.
I always want to go to Australia.
They said Brisbane was amazing. Although I'm worried about the heat. Apparently it was ridiculous heat. It was like because it's their summer right now. It was like 47 degrees Celsius. You know, a ginger in that, it's like flipping hell.
Melting.
I struggle with Spain. And that was like 37. But then again, Spain didn't have much air conditioning. Did you have a good New Year anyway?
Yes, I did. I had a really nice New Year. We hung out with my sister-in-law, kind of relaxed. Today's been good. Went to mass in Spanish because Gabe woke up with a fever, so we were like, all right, whenever one of the kids are sick, we'll divide and conquer. So started the new year off at that. Yeah, I'm gonna chill, hang out with the kids. We did a lot of family stuff over the Christmas holiday. I'll be back at work tomorrow. Plenty of things to do. Plenty of things to do.
I think I'll take it easy tomorrow at work because my boss, I don't think, is back till like the 6th. So.
Nice. Well, that's the only benefit of working during this week is that I can get a lot of stuff done because no one is gonna bother me.
Yeah, I could probably get like a lot of admin done this week, I feel. Like prep for what's to come.
Mm-hmm. It seems like I'm getting stronger. These enemies are not requiring as much, which is nice. You feel that progression.
I do wonder how Last Epoch's doing. I still haven't played No Rest for the Wicked yet.
No Rest for the Wicked's great. Last Epoch, I haven't played that in a long time. Hey, what's up, Divine Killer? How you doing? It was fun. It was interesting. I just
haven't tried it.
No Rest though is truly phenomenal, and I think we're gonna have a very fun January. And I wish I had a skinning knife.
It's weird because it's just one of those games where it's just kind of been out of left field for me. Like I just haven't. It's like a game I need to play. I just haven't paid attention to it for some reason. Like it's just I don't know.
Ooh, I'm glad you're getting over your hangover, dude. Happy New Year.
I drank a lot of gin in these past few weeks.
You said a lot of gin?
A lot of gin, yeah.
This fight would be dangerous. I'm gonna rest and I'm gonna see if I can take him out.
Gin is rather popular here in the UK.
Yeah, they're not joking. This is a dangerous fight. Probably gonna die. Experience, we'll see if it goes down at all. It doesn't tell me the number. There it is.
Did you lose any?
It doesn't appear that I did. Could be a level thing. You know? Where it's like after a certain level, then...
I have to admit, I am liking the trend of games which are hard doing better than a lot of the games which are really easy.
Yeah.
I do wonder if that new rain game is going to be free or not.
The bar only charged you for one and you had 35? Wow. 35 drinks, 130 bucks? Like how much? That's not, that feels like these were more on the cheaper end of the drinks.
35 drinks for, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
for 35 for 130, it's not that they're not even $10 a drink. What?
Yeah, I mean, fair in the UK, that's a pint at this point.
$2? It's not bad.
No.
I think I pay more for coffee.
No, but coffee's just overpriced piece of shit at this point.
It's just dirt water.
It like just is dirt water. Like the quality of a lot of the products has just gone down really badly.
Oh, you can go in and out of buildings? Okay.
Like the quality between like a good drink and a bad drink is just, it's night and day.
Third and carpentry, sure. All right. An empty house. That's how I made all my money. Like Final Fantasy 14 1.0. I just made arrows.
Oh, so you have to be a Fletcher.
Yep. I've been to this place before. There's that bridge. Ranger traits. I don't know if I found the warrior trainer. The huntress. Ranger scrolls. Master of arrows. That's where I want to go. I want to go to that bridge.
Anyway, I'm gonna head off for the night. Enjoy your time, Brian.
All right, man. You have a good day, sir.
You too, man. Bye.
All right, bye. Sleepwalking Oscar. Lara Barbie. That's that player. See if I can tell how much it goes out. Oh, okay. Yeah, it goes up a little bit. I want a bit of rest. I would think a skeleton would be aggressive. Alright. It's probably my last fight for the night. Because it'll be time to go play with the kids. Get some dinner. See if I can end this on a win. I don't think it's gonna level me up though. Muscle trim. Got him. And the skeletons have money. You gotta love it. Another skeleton. But I think that is my time. I don't know if I need to. Oh, campfire. Does this let me rest here? Or? Crafting station. Okay. Neat. All right. Okay, guys. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. And if you watch this as a VOD, thanks so much for being here. Overall, I have enjoyed my time. But this with any game is going to be like, when would I find the time to really truly grind on it? And its lack of controller support means that it's going to be a PC game. So it's going to be one where I have to actively choose and come hang out with you guys as a part of a stream to play some more. So let me know what you guys think if you're interested in more Pantheon and whatnot. I've had a really fun time with it, but like we're not even level 3, and I kind of enjoyed these kind of games that are a little bit more on the slower pace side, have a heftier grind to them than anything else. Anyway, Happy New Year. Thank you so much. Hopefully I'll see you in the next whatever. And until then, take care.